Hello. Sorry. Today I am putting together a sound assortment using props. Props from previous videos that I've made and a couple of future ones. So, what should I begin with? I'll start with a future one. I show this item that I'm not showing you yet. I show this item in my thank you 1000 subscribers video, but in case you haven't seen that one, I'm gonna show it in this one. This is a children's toy which I always found fascinating ever since I was a little kid, and I found this really cheap and I just had to get it. So I'm going to use this in a pediatrician roleplay that I will do sometime, and I hope it's gonna be fun. Yeah, I could play with this thing for hours. I'm not hard to entertain. So, see, it has a flower, and here it has a butterfly and bees, and yeah, it's fun. So the beads are wooden, and of course this is metal. So this is gonna be in a future video. Now, before I move on to the next item, I'll have some coffee. I hope you don't mind the sipping sound. I'll try to make it silent. This is my favorite cup. I'm still getting used to this thing here next to my camera where I can see myself while filming. It's really trippy. But I like it because I can frame things better. You can see my messy room behind me. Yeah. So this cup used to be just a plain coffee cup until my friend Penny sent me this beautiful sticker from Holland. Oh, she's Greek like me. She just went to Holland for a trip, and she sent me a bunch of things. I actually have an unboxing of all those things in a video. The video is called An Angel Sent Me Gifts, I think, something like that. So this is my favorite cup. So, just some random porcelain sounds for you. Sorry for the coffee break. It's gonna get cold and I might get too distracted. So the next 3 items that I'm going to show you are from a roleplay that I did for Halloween that became quite, I don't know, my friends really liked it, so it had more views on its own than most of my videos, some of my videos. I don't get many views, don't think that I have like 5,000 views or something, but it got a decent amount of views for my standards, so I feel really proud. I made a Sally roleplay, Nightmare Before Christmas, for Halloween, and I had been preparing that for, I don't know, an entire month, and I was basically, what took preparation was creating the props, which I'm gonna show you, and the shirt that I had on. And this is my Deadly Nightshade jar. I had gone to town one day and I I saw this jar, a simple glass jar, and I just fell in love with it because of how perfect it was for what I needed it for. So it opens naturally just fine, and I left the bottom untouched. So this is my deadly nightshade jar, and of course I decorate this. I always have this on display, you know, along with the other two. I'm really proud of this. What I used to paint these, I used acrylic paints. This is my frog's breath. And lid opens. I kind of painted the bottom on this one. This is a simple jar as well, very cheap glass jar. So I used acrylic paints to make these. I don't paint, I'm not a painter, I don't draw, so making the letters with my little brush was really difficult, but I think it looks decent for an amateur's work. So yeah. And the last one is my worm's wort bottle. It has quite the texture. Sorry that I keep looking into that thing, I just want to make sure that this is framed properly. I'm also still getting used to it, and it's pretty new to me. I'm still really nervous when I film with this camera, because it's my new camera, but I'm getting used to it slowly. This part is plastic, the rest is glass. And, okay, moving on to this. Okay. This is one of the wooden bowls that my friend Greg sent me. Wandering Whispers, for those of you who know him by that name. This is a wonderful, very light wooden bowl. He actually used this for one of his own role plays, his Halloween one. I can't remember the title, Greg, I'm sorry. But yeah, sorry for background sounds as well. But he used this in his Halloween roleplay. I do remember that much. That was his Halloween one, and he drank water from it. I remember that. It was a really, really good one, and the lighting is perfect, the theme is perfect. Please go check it out. I know I keep mentioning and advertising my friend Greg, but I mean, he's awesome. So this is my own spoon. I actually bought this. This was part of a children's kitchen set, and I kind of painted it with some sort of varnish, because it's really not decent material. Like, it's wooden, but it's not good. So anything that I, if I sink it in water, it's gonna soak up. So I had to do something. So I love making videos where I pretend to feed you things, because that's one of my biggest triggers, actually, in ASMR land, or when I pretend to give you a drink. That's also a big trigger for me. So that was the wooden bowl and spoon. I realized halfway that I haven't been using my ASMR voice, so I'm gonna try to do it now. I'm sorry if it wasn't that relaxing so far. I'm going to move on to an object that is a prop from a future roleplay that I have already filmed. It's a collaboration and it's going to be released one of these days, I think. I'm still editing. It's going to be a sort of, well, it's still an ASMR roleplay, but I have put, well, both me and my collaborator have put so much work into it that we're going to call it a short, an ASMR short film. It's going to have music in it, it's going to have some effects, it's going to have, well, fun scenes in it, and the theme, of course, is, well, it's part of my series. Like, I have part 1 and part 2, and this is going to be part 3, so this is going to be from my mermaid roleplay series, part 3 of it, but it's going to be a bit more detailed. It's going to be the first official roleplay that I will have made with this camera, and it's a roleplay that I've been planning for months, because my part 2 of that series was months ago. I don't even remember how many months ago, but it was months ago. It's always many months in between each part of this particular series. People seem to really like this character of mine, my mermaid character, and this new video is going to be the peak of her storyline. So what I'm holding is a fabric, and this fabric has a sigil painted on it, a sigil I painted myself. Not so well, but yeah, I made it myself, so there's that. Here it is. Wait. Can you see it? Huh. Okay. So this is a Cthulhu sigil. I won't say anything else. But this is a Cthulhu sigil, and it's painted in blood. Not human blood, mermaid blood. Huh. So, I'm going to set this aside now. In case I didn't mention it, this collaboration with the part 3 of the mermaid series, this collaboration is with my friend No Stars in the Perimeter, and we've been working on this so much. So I really hope that it will be received well, and I've been working on it for 2 weeks now. Everything is filmed, everything is being edited, so there's not any filming that I need to do. I've already done that. I'm just spending too much time editing, and he has done a lot of the editing too. He has helped me so much with it. So moving on to the next item. Oh, yeah. This little guy is my plushy unicorn. And he is, well, I used this little guy in a very recent roleplay that I made. Me and my friend Scott, whose channel name is Bleeding Dr. Love, we kind of made a recreation of the famous video Teddy Has an Operation, which is as fun as it is controversial and weird, but we like weird things. So in that video I pretend that you are the teddy and I am the doctor. So there's that. So if you have seen that video, the original video, then you know what this was used for. And I really like this plushie because it has these shiny bits, like shiny bits of fabric on his little paws, or hooves rather, and here on his beautiful I don't know what to call this, a collar? Yes, and his horn. And here he has a little bow over his tail. It's really cute. But this makes the most sound. And he's got beautiful little red eyes. That's kind of creepy. Okay. That was weird. So, after the plushie unicorn, I'm gonna show you another plushie, but this little guy is not something that I've used in a video. It's just a little plushie because Christmas is, you know, around the corner, and this is a little Santa plushie, and I found him in our shed with all the Christmas stuff. We haven't decorated yet, but I just had to bring him down and, you know, put him on display next to my computer so that I start feeling the Christmas, you know, feeling. So this is a really cute plushie. It used to have a mechanism somewhere in here that played music, but it's not working. This is his little hat. And I love how shiny his clothing is. Love his big little nose here. So, what else? What else is there? Oh, yeah. This is not a prop. This is just something I found. This is nail polish remover right here. I'm just gonna make some sounds for you. I'm not sure how tingly this video is because it's been a while since I've been able to film, and usually I have many background noises, so oh, okay, I have another item which is not a prop, so I just picked it up for the sounds, so I have some crinkle sounds for you. last trigger that I have for you today is one of my favorites, hand movements. Now, I'm going to be rambling while I do this, so if you want to just enjoy the visuals, you can always turn down the volume. So, I'm going to ramble on about triggers that I personally enjoy. So, one of my favorites is when people pretend to touch my face like that, especially when they're applying like face cream or makeup on my face. Like right here under my eyes and on the nose and things like that. So that's one big trigger. Another big trigger is when they do really slow movements, like they're pulling away something, like pulling away energy. I've seen that a lot in healing videos. Heather Feather has one that is absolutely amazing. I can't remember the title, but it's a video where the lighting in her video is a bit darker than usual, and I really love it. I fall asleep to that video all the time. So she kind of pulls away negative energy, and when I watched that video, I realized that that's a trigger for me, this movement right here. So since we're doing this, I'm gonna try to pull away any sadness you have, and I'm gonna wrap it up in a little bundle and throw it away. Okay, so what other triggers? Well, I'm gonna talk about triggers that have to do with close up to the camera. So camera touching is a big one, or when people pretend to put makeup on my face, like holding up a lipstick close to the camera, or applying eyeshadow, or my favorite and simplest one is when they pretend to examine my face. So I'm gonna do a close-up examination of your face. So your face looks very facey. You look like you need a good sleep. And I'm not saying you look tired, but I think you should sleep more. So your face is just fine. And I suck at these things, by the way. Okay, I'm gonna zoom out. I'm sorry. Wait. Okay. I'm still learning how to use this camera, and I'm sorry. I'm just being silly as usual. So, this is another hand movement that I really like. What else? Okay, I'm gonna talk about different triggers since I can't remember anything. Oh, brushing the camera. Big classic trigger. It doesn't always work, but when it does, it's awesome. Okay, so this is another big trigger of mine. I just noticed you need a bit of a trim. Right here. For the record, this is the most random video I've ever made. Nothing is planned, so this is definitely not a role play. So, now that your hair looks fancy, so I have another trigger for you. About 2 months ago, on one of my hikes, I collected a leaf from a tree. And this leaf had the most interesting change of color ever. And it hasn't changed to this day. It remained green on the parts it was green. So when I found this was already brown and it was on the tree. And this was greener, of course, but now it's all dry. Autumn is my favorite time of the year. I know we're in winter now, but I kept this leaf so that it will feel like autumn all the time. I mean, technically, you could still say it's autumn here. It never snows here. I love autumn because of the colors and all the leaves going golden brown and all that. So this is my autumn leaf, and okay, I'm gonna finish the video now with some more coffee drinking. I do apologize if this was random and not really planned, or I don't know. This is a random sound assortment, and I hope it was tingly, I hope it was relaxing. It's definitely not a role play, nothing was organized. This is why I'm a bit more nervous in these, because I don't plan them at all. But I did want to film today, so I thought I would just make something spontaneous for you. Okay, so thank you for watching. I hope this was tingly, and thank you for perhaps watching other videos of mine, or having watched other videos of mine. Thank you. And I really can't wait to make more videos, hopefully more organized and more tingly than this one. So good night in case you're watching this before bed, or good morning if you just woke up, or hi if it's any other time of the day.